So here we are at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham. Today what we've done is we've brought together the Scouts and MPs to tackle some of the really tough issues that Scouts are facing and other young people are facing across Britain. And look at what are the ways that the young people and the MPs can work together to be able to solve some of those problems. And we haven't managed to get all the answers right here, right now, but what we are doing is experimenting in a new way of running fringe events at party conferences, actually creating the relationships necessary between the politicians and the young people that will be pivotal and necessary to push for the changes to solve the problems we've identified.
Yeah, very good event. It's important to engage with young people, and it's great that they're in groups, scout groups. They've got a belonging, they've got an identity, and they're all here trying to come up with ideas how to improve. Well, the group I've been with about outdoor activity. Computers are a wonderful thing, but perhaps people spend a bit too much time in front of them when they should be outside burning off some energy and getting fit and enjoying themselves. And we've discussed these issues, come up with one or two ideas. Hopefully they'll take them forward.
It's nice talking to them like they're interested in what we are saying and they want to know about what we think about things.
So, I'm Mike Penning, I'm a Shadow Health Minister and the Member of Parliament for Hemel Hempstead. I think today's event has been absolutely fantastic. I've learned an awful lot myself from the younger people here today, telling me about what their worries and their concerns are. I've got 17 and 19-year-old daughters myself, but I'm very close, I'm their dad, but hearing it from other young people has been really, really useful, and I think this event should grow, and hopefully we'll have more MPs and more people engaged in it next year.
I think that it's been very useful today because it gives both parties an insight into each other and how young people think and how politicians think, and I think it gives other people ideas and lets politicians know about young people and I don't know, because I think that politicians don't necessarily connect with young people in the correct way or a way that would be effective, and this is a good way because lots of people have different ideas, and then bringing them all together with politicians who can do something about those ideas is a good idea, and I think today's been very good.
Delighted to be here with the Scouts today. My son, my 7-year-old son, is a beaver, so I see and live and breathe this kind of youth organisation, albeit at a rather younger level, every day and week of my life, because he's coming home telling me about the things he's doing. I think those organisations, from beavers and rainbows right up through cubs and brownies and scouts and guides, do an immense amount of good for their community. They give young people a sense of purpose, they teach them teamwork, they encourage duty and responsibility, and those are the things that build a healthy society. I think that the Scouts have done a great job today in bringing we members of Parliament to meet them, and I'm delighted to maintain this dialogue. Thank you very much.
It's a simple way to solve everything. Reintroduce conscription.
It's a pleasure to come and visit these Scouts who are here in Birmingham today as part of our conference, the Conservative Party conference that's taking place. I used to be a Scout myself when I was much younger, and I think the wonderful emphasis that Scouts have on volunteering, seeing what you can put back into society and helping others less fortunate than yourselves, is a really good side of Scouting, as well as all the activities and the fun. I'm a strong supporter of the Scouting movement.
He's our local MP, and we don't think he listens to us enough, being young people, just because we can't vote.
And he's rude, and he's arrogant, and he didn't seem to care what he said.
I don't think it's impressive, and I think, he should be not fired, you can't fire him, he should be replaced by Boris Johnson.
Not Boris. He should just change his attitude. He came in here and he didn't care at all, and he will not be, this is not the last he's going to hear from me, I assure you that. He ran away as soon as I didn't agree with anything he said.
I think a big problem that all politicians need to recognise is that the politicians and the political establishment isn't actually working for the people anymore. It's not the fault of the people, it's the fault of the politicians, and I think we need to find new ways of holding the politicians to account. If we do that, I think we'll see much more participation in politics, and I think we'll see people actually begin to have the sort of politicians they want to represent them in positions to do things for them.
Talking about why it is that young people do or don't volunteer in their area at the moment, and it's really important because obviously it's that civic energy and that voluntary time which feeds how our institutions and country function, so we're coming up with some ideas around how to do that. So we were talking before, weren't we, about this kind of some kind of a hub to get people.
Yeah, I think a good idea would be a kids' newspaper, because obviously a lot of children don't know what they can volunteer for, and I think that's the main issue of why people do not volunteer. So if we've got a kids' newspaper, just something they could read, like say once a month, and then they have an idea of what they could volunteer for.
Okay, thank you.
I think that it should be introduced more from like a younger age, so when people get older they don't see it as like what we actually do.
Okay, thank you.
I think as well as getting the teenagers aware, you need to make the parents more aware as well, so that parents can tell their teenagers about it.
I think we need to do something so it benefits the people volunteering, and then so they know it's benefiting the people as well.
So I think younger people should be able to volunteer stuff because like they're not allowed to get jobs until like they're 16. So if they're able to volunteer in something else, it might be sort of like it, and then it's getting them ready for when they would have a job.
I think it'd be really helpful if we were told more what the opportunities are. Maybe they could link it through school so it's a bit easier to get into it.
Okay. Basically what everyone else said, and just that well, you get a little project going and then everyone in the community come together and then get the children involved so then they can get some independence before they go into adulthood.